just a brief on the state of IT security market in the Middle East. How has it changed over the years?
I think the IT security market in the Middle East is very well poised with the best of technologies or the state of the art technology, coupled very well with the resources or skill set. At times there could be those typical gaps between the latest technology and building the skill set, but I believe it's just a matter of time. And the key here is this resource is getting available across the region. So at times it just takes a while, but then the market here is pretty much ready for adopting the latest state-of-the-art technology and the local resources available to support and service them.
Okay. When it comes to IT security, when you look at different sectors in the Middle East, what kind of sectors do you see are the most vulnerable to these threats, such as cybercrime or end-user, endpoint security?
I think with the recent attacks that we have seen in targets and the verticals like that, I believe in the region as well, the retail segment has become more cautious. There is a financial transaction that takes place. There has to be adequate security of the data. So retail segment is, I'm not saying they're vulnerable, but then they are basically securing their networks much stronger than before, perhaps. Then all of the verticals in the region, most of them understand the need for comprehensive security or layered security approach, right? So the layered security approach is adopted by many organizations in the region.
Okay. What sort of enhancements have you had as far as your product portfolio is concerned for 2014? Are you going to launch any new product portfolios as well?
So there is going to be enhancements on the product functionalities, product features, right? So we introduced our WAN optimization solution for the mid-sized segment. We had the WAN optimization for the SMB in the past, but this year we launched our WAN optimization solution, which it's a software which needs to be installed on a Dell server, right? So this supports up to 2,000 concurrent connections. But then more importantly, going forward this year, we would be introducing a concept of connected security, right? So connected security is all about the various different technologies under the Dell umbrella from the security perspective perhaps would correlate with each other, right? So the firewall would proactively give the logs to the IAM solution, right? Bringing in more efficiency and a comprehensive security for the customers. So connected security is the theme that the market is looking forward for, and that's where the Dell as a strategy is heading towards.
Okay. You said you're upgrading or refreshing the SMB line of products as well. How important is SMB sector for Dell Sonicwall?
See, SMB sector has been a very important sector for us. Predominantly from the legacy Sonicwall days, we have been pretty strong in the SMB, and we would like to continue our leadership in that space. Though we are scaling up in the enterprise, but having said that, SMB is very important, and it is driven by the channel. And we ensure that the channel is well equipped, well enabled from the product support perspective, and all that support that the channel needs in terms of enablement, training, certifications, etc. has been consistently delivered from time to time to all partners across the region.
Okay. What kind of enhancements do you have in place for the Dell Partner Direct program? How are you going to entice new partners to join the program?
So the Dell Partner Direct program is already a seasoned, a robust program. So we bring in that successful program into the Dell Sonicwall or Dell Security, channel community, right? So this is going to be a very comprehensive program with a set of prerequisites defined, which are not very stringent, easily achievable, mainly with respect to the dedicated resources for technical support and sales, right? And then there are a set of benefits which the partners enjoy. So it's going to be a win-win proposition for the partners. There has to be a strong meaning in the program and the partnership. So the partners have just seen the first phase of the communication on the new program, and there has been a lot of interest to understand the program and deliver as per the program's expectation. So I would say as of today, it is just the initial phase. Maybe a few months down the line, we would get more feedback from the partner community, and if there is a need to further enhance or beef that up, we'll be prepared to take the questions and then respond accordingly.
Have you started getting feedback from your partners regarding the program?
Yes, we have started getting feedback. As I said, it is still in the adoption phase, but then the legacy partners knew the support that they they get from Dell Security or Dell Sonicwall. So they would perhaps have fewer questions compared to somebody who's totally new to the program, new to the business. So we anticipate more questions to come as the program gets more spread out across the channel community.
Okay. How's 2014 looking so far for your company compared to 2013?
So 2014, of course, it looks exciting. 2013 was also exciting, but then with the connected security, the concept of connected security is going to give us a leap into the next phase of business potential or business opportunities. So we are all excited about 2014. Again, just to reiterate a few points from 2013 or years before. There is still going to be a huge demand for next generation firewall technology, right? So the adoption of next generation firewall itself is not completed, right? So there is still a huge potential where the legacy firewalls, the stateful packet inspection firewalls, which have become obsolete, have to be replaced. So that in itself is a huge opportunity for us. So we continue to see a growth in next generation firewall technology. In addition to that, we are going to talk about the value proposition that a connected security brings to the customers.
Okay. When it comes to BYOD concept, everyone's talking about it, and companies have started adopting that technology as well. I mean that concept as well. When it comes to your products, how capable are your products in countering security threats towards focus towards BYOD?
Okay. In my opinion, BYOD is there is no defined formula for BYOD, right? So the BYOD policies could be very stringently binded to very loosely binded, right? It depends on the business needs and typical business framework, right? So how Dell Sonicwall can support organizations from the BYOD perspective is we have a secured connectivity with the SRA solution, secure remote access, where the organizations allowing their users to use the tablets, iPhones, any handheld devices can securely connect. So we provide that additional controls in terms of endpoint checks, right, where we interrogate a remote device before we authenticate and permit that user to access the resources in the network, right? So with the EPC endpoint control on the BYOD, we have the apps available for iOS and Android, right? So the users can use those apps to get connected. The solution will interrogate the remote user, check for the possible services that are needed for the solution to give access to that user to the data center or applications. So based on those various checks, the user would get full access, restricted access, or no access. So that's a portion of a BYOD. But then from Dell case, we also have the MDM solution in place. So a combination of two could be a comprehensive BYOD offering to the customers.
Okay. Coming back to your channel partners, what are your major initiatives this year? Probably maybe the next 3 or 4 months. Do you have any roadshows planned, any seminars planned?
Yes. So there are a series of fast tracks planned, and we have already executed few in the region. There are more to go in various different cities across Middle East. So we continue to deliver the fast tracks. These are basically the sales training for the sales staff within the channel community. Here we just don't talk about just the product. We basically give them the real-time scenarios. We talk about the positioning, objection handling, and we also provide the live demo so that the sales sales force within the channel community can visualize what exactly they are proposing to their customers. Again, without going too technical into the products. So from the sales perspective, they understand the whole concept, not just through through the PowerPoints, but then they can also see the interface. They can see how the configurations are done in a more simpler way. So this helps us to prepare a more knowledgeable sales force who can understand the customer needs and propose the right and the optimized solution for their needs. Apart from sales tracks, we deliver the CSSA certified trainings, right? So the certification trainings are again delivered across the region. At times, these are even delivered based on the demand as well. So this is a 3 days hands-on training for the engineers. Once they get trained, then they take up the exam on the same day, and they need to pass out, to get the CSSA certification. We also conduct the CSSA Pro Club, which is actually meant for the certified engineers. So the CSSA Pro Club invites all the certified engineers. We also keep this invitation open to the customers who have the certified engineers to join in. So in this session, we deliver the OS updates, the product updates, etc. Then we also open up for the technical discussion. It's like a technical forum, right? So the engineers can interact with each other if they are, currently facing with some challenges, obstacles in terms of deployment or troubleshooting. They bring in those, open topics. They discuss with their, the other engineers in the room, and it's a very healthy atmosphere where the others tend to support, contribute their thoughts, give their ideas on how those problems can be fixed. If it is outside the scope of a specific engineer, then the team basically puts a thought around that problem and then comes up with some solution. So it's a nice platform, and it's very well appreciated by the channel community again. And we keep doing this every quarter. It's not that we just do it once a year or so. So every quarter we would have at least 2 to 3 cities picked for the CSSA Pro Club, and these trainings are the CSSA Pro Club and CSSA trainings are delivered constantly.